What's going on, guys? How are you? How are you doing? Today we want to talk about a very simple strategy. When I say simple, this is the simplest strategy you ever see on the internet, right? So we're going to look at the basics that we learned or that you're going to learn here. You know, when you talk about forex trading, it's not enough if you don't talk about what resistance and support. So you have to know that after resistance has failed, it turns into support, and after support has failed, it turns into resistance. So resistance and support are dialed down to the high or to the low, right? So we want to take that as the simplest of the two, right? So we have this, and this is your what? This is your what? This is your support, right? So if this is your support, it means that when price fails to hold at this what, at this support turns into what? Into resistance and goes up like this. So this is the strategy that I want to show you, and this strategy, trust me when I say this is the simplest of all. So we're going to be looking at this strategy on the H1. Then after looking at the H1, we're going to be looking at this strategy on the lower time frame and giving you the proper time frame and the proper frame to what to enter your trades, right? So with that being said, let's just explain what it is all about. So when price is moving up, right, it forms what you call higher highs, and higher highs goes up. So when these higher highs are formed, right, price tends to take out that and retest at that particular what, at those particular zones. So you're going to mark this as a what, as a zone like this, and wait for price to what, to retest back to the what, to the supply zone or to the support area or to the resistance area, whatever the case may be. So this is the most junior or most beginner friendly strategy I've come across, and I want you guys to be using it if you're struggling, right? And you see that we have this flip side view of that particular strategy where we are saying this is the low, and if this is the low, price should come back and retest at that particular what, at that particular low, which means this is the resistance now acting as what, as support, right? Same here, this is resistance and now it's acting as what, as support. So we are just going to be using this resistance turning support, and this is called a break and retest strategy that we're going to be looking for. So this is we're through with this theory stuff. Let's just go and look at our charts and see what we are going to find on our chart. So we're going to start looking at this one, and this one is what, this works on everything, but this one, this particular one that I'm looking for, this is the FX volatility 80 found on World Trade. The links are in the description down below. If you want to trade these ones, you can get them in the links that are below. So what are we doing? Number one, remember, we are just marking the what, the lows. So this is a low because this is a downtrend, so this is a low. We just mark and wait for price to what, to get back to that. No, price did not get back, and this is another low. So this zone, as you can see, this zone here was what, was retested a lot of times, and what we want is wait for price to what, to just come back to what, to this particular, to this particular zone, as you see with this what, with this marking, which is the what, the zone that you are looking for. So what we are going to be waiting for is for price to what, to take out that particular zone with this move down. Then after that, what are you looking for? You are going to be looking for what, you are going to be looking for ways to actually enter at this particular zone, which is going to be the lower time frame. And look at what it happened here, where you see price retested this zone, right, and took it out. And when price came back to the zone, it gave you a very good exhaustion that you can see with these candlestick patterns, right? And this is the move that went up, that went down, right? And here you see the same thing, right? So this thing repeats itself. I am not sure of any pattern that repeats itself like what this pattern does. Let's look at something else, and this is what, this is deriv. Let's fire up deriv and see if the volatility indices on deriv do the same thing, right? And see what you can do with them. So this is deriv, and I want you to see what we are going to be doing. And as you can clearly see here, this is a what, this is a volatility 225 1s, right? And it's found on deriv. If you want to trade deriv again, the links are in the description down below, and you can make sure to get involved. So this is the H1. I want you to see something. This was a what, a high that was taken out, right? So this was a high that price took out, and see what price did. It came back, retested that particular high, and went away, right? And I want you to show again, I want to show you what the trade that I took today in my VIP channel, the VIP signals that I sent to a small group, right? So this break here and this retest was an indication of price going up, and we took our buys at this particular zone and price went up. So this is a strategy that you can use on anything, right? And on still on that premise of using this strategy on anything, let's look at something that is very interesting. And this is what, this is the Nasdaq. And if you want to trade Nasdaq, the broker I'm using for Nasdaq is Forex. The links are in the description down below again. So you just you have to know what you're trading. And right now, this is what, this is US Tech. And as you can see here, we are actually at that particular at that particular zone. What we're just waiting is the timing. We're waiting for the timing for price to what, to actually go down like this. So this is a sell that is brewing, and we want to see how that materializes as price or as the New York open, as the New York session opens, right? So I have shown you these setups. Now I want to show you how to actually enter on the lower time frame, and I'm going to be using two examples. And number one, let's just go back to World Trade and see this first example and see how best we can what, we can use this one on the what, on the M5. Remember, if you are on the H1, you go and look at these things on the M5. So on the M5, what are you waiting for? Remember, what you are waiting for is simple. Just wait for price to what, to take out one of the what, one of the lows on the what, on the lower time frame right here, which is this one, takes out, and the retest is where you are going to be entering your trade. So in this case, you are going to be entering this sell at this particular zone. Your stop loss goes above, and this is the move that you would have benefited from had you entered, right? So I just want to show you quickly here what the pattern is all about. So on the lower time frame, price will be moving like this, right? When it gets to the zone that you had marked, right, you want to see price breaking what, a low like this, and retesting that low at this particular zone. Your stop loss goes above, and you sell there, and this is how price should move after doing that, right? So this is how we want to do it. And let's look at another example. Let's go back to the H1 and see if we have a worthy setup like this one. You see what is happening in this case, where price is what, where price is actually, oh, this is not it. Let's see, we're looking at this one, right? So let's see what is happening here. So remember, we want here, we want to look at this particular zone here, which is this one. We want to look at that in the what, in the M5. This is the zone. So as price gets back here, what we want to see is simple. Let's just remove this for a moment, and I want you to see price goes up, right? Price goes down, goes up again, and goes down. When it goes down here, it takes out what? It takes out this low. When it takes out this low, what does it do? It retraces back. So you just have to make sure that you are entering below the what? Below the break, not here at the top here. You just enter below the break here, which is around this area. Your stop loss goes above, and look at the movement that was displayed after you enter there. So this is how you actually look at these things, and this is actually this is actually how you enter and use this strategy. This strategy is very easy to trade with. And if you want more, let me know in the description down below and in the comment section. Just comment this video, like and subscribe. So I will see you in the next video. Shocks out.